Good evening from Cleveland, Tennessee. Bluefield Rams basketball coming up on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield hitting the road to face Truett McConnell tonight here in Cleveland, Tennessee. It is the next to last road game of the conference slate for the Rams, and Bluefield needing a win. The Rams lost at home against Truett McConnell earlier this season, trying to avenge that loss. And then a big matchup coming up on Saturday, trying to get everything sharp before a road matchup against the top team in the conference in Union. But first, got to take care of business tonight against the number 3 team in the league, Truett McConnell. The Rams this year have struggled on the road, and coming into tonight, that has been really one of the biggest reasons why the Rams have been fluttering around 500 this year. Bluefield is 2-7 away from the Dome this season and 0-2 in neutral site games this year. With an 8-2 record at home, that's really the biggest reason why the Rams have been able to hang up around 500 on the season. Bluefield 7-8 overall heading into play tonight. 7-8 in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, 10-11 overall. Truett McConnell third in the AAC, 14-10 on the season, and 9-5 in the AAC. Union, the number 20 team in the nation, at 22-4 and 13-1 in the AAC, leading the way. Milligan in second place, 17-7, 11-4 in the league. Those two teams have all but solidified their seeding going into the conference tournament, trying to get that all-important first-round bye. And we're going to move past the play-in game. It's Truett McConnell at 9-5, Reinhardt at 8-6, Bryan at 7-7, Bluefield at 7-8, and Tennessee Wesleyan at 7-9. So a lot of traffic in the middle of the pack in the AAC standings. Just a few moments away from tip-off here in Cleveland. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups for first the Bluefield Rams. The Rams shaking things up tonight. Kyle Grisby, as usual, the 5'8" senior guard out of Louisville, Kentucky, getting the start. But number 21, Terrell Owens, the 6'7" sophomore forward out of Chesapeake, Virginia, into the starting lineup for the Rams tonight. Number 22, Alonzo Howard, the 6'6" junior forward out of Port Royal, Virginia. Number 25, Mike Collins, the 6'2" senior guard out of North Carolina. And number 33, Devin Page, the 6'5" forward, a senior out of Newport News, Virginia. For Truett McConnell, number 3, Rody Diaza, the 5'11" senior out of Gainesville, Georgia. Number 5, David Campbell, the 6'3" freshman out of Lake Wales, Florida. Number 11, Xavier Holland, the 5'10" junior out of Richmond, Virginia's Fork Union Military Academy. Number 22, Jaquavion Williams, the 6'6" sophomore forward out of Lake Wales, Florida. And number 34, J.R. Hurst, the 6'5" junior out of Helen, Georgia, not too far from here where we are at Truett McConnell. Opening tip goes to the Bears, and the Rams go into his own defense to start off the night. J.R. Hurst pulls up from the corner for 3, and he knocks it down. Truett McConnell on the board right from the start with the three-pointer. And the Rams will have to try to fight from behind early. Devin Page dribbles between his legs, works down to Terrell Owens on the baseline. Owens drives to the basket, pump fake up and in for 2. How about getting the pace going quickly? It's 3-2 Truett McConnell with 19:15 left to play in the first half, 45 seconds into the game. Back up to half court, the guard Xavier Holland sets up the offense. The Rams have now flipped the defense into a man-to-man immediately after just one possession. Diaza trapped underneath, kicks back out for a 3 from Campbell. Campbell drives and had it tipped out for a moment. Reset at the top of the circle with Holland. Shot clock is down to 7. Ball tipped out of bounds by Page. It stays with Truett with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Bears will inbound from the far sideline. Inbound pass comes up top to Holland. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Holland guarded by Grisby. Drives to the basket, kicks off. Williams puts up the shot, and it's off the mark. Collins gets the rebound. Able to get the shot off before the shot clock buzzer, but nothing drops. Now Page, guarded in the man-to-man defense of Truett McConnell by David Campbell. The Rams wearing the road blue uniforms, tops and pants, shorts with the white letters and red trim. Truett McConnell in the home white, navy blue lettering and gold trim for the Bears. Page on the wing. Shot clock is down to 7 at the top of the key. Drives down the lane, falling away from the basket, puts up a shot, left it short, got his own rebound, goes back up, had it tipped and blocked. Third chance for Page, and he's fouled on the way up. Free throws coming up for Devin Page as he tacks on a couple of offensive rebounds on the second offensive possession for the Rams. And Devin Page will head to the stripe for 2 shots and try to give the Rams the lead. Page, the 4th leading scorer this year for Bluefield, one of the better free throw shooters on the team, shooting 68%, averaging 10.5 points a game. He's a senior out of Newport News, Virginia, and he knocks down the first free throw to tie up the score at 3-3. Page out of Woodside High School on the peninsula on the other side of the state from Bluefield. His second foul shot. Rolls out, no good. Went halfway down and came out. Campbell the rebound, but the Rams tie at 3-3. 2 minutes into the start of the game and a must-win on the road at Truett McConnell. Holland spins through over to Hurst for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Ball tips and rolls out of bounds. The Rams get the possession off the long, loose ball that bounced away. Bluefield won a big one over the weekend over Reinhardt. The Rams held the Eagles of Reinhardt to 67 points. That's the lowest scoring total that Reinhardt has had, second lowest scoring total that Reinhardt has had this season. They need some tough defense tonight. Mike Collins pulls up for a 3. It's off the mark, no good. There's Jaquavion Williams with the rebound. Williams certainly the player to watch for Truett McConnell, the leading scorer. He's averaging a double-double on the season, 15 points and 12 rebounds this year. Now Truett McConnell going from right to left, setting up against the man defense of Bluefield. Hurst kicks over to Xavier Holland. Holland drives down the right side of the lane, puts a shot up, blocked by Howard, and Page comes away with it. Holland tried to adjust in the air. Howard stayed with him. Rams in transition. Grisby thought about pulling up for a shot, instead backs out to reset. Pass goes down to Howard in the post, backs down to the glass, shot no good. Herrera gets his own rebound and puts it off the glass and in for 2. Rams lead 5-3 with 16:50 left in the first half. First lead of the game for Bluefield. Campbell at the other end fires up a 3-pointer, no good. Owens quickly grabs the rebound. Nice box out from Terrell Owens. And Grisby walks it across half court to set up the offense. Page pops out, goes down to the block. Owens steps back to about 12 feet out. Goes to his left for Page. Page fires over to Grisby. Grisby throws up a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Contested rebound grabbed. Bears are off on the break. Holland driving against Howard, puts his shot up, no good. Offensive rebound is grabbed by the Bears. Coming in, Campbell fires back out for Deaza, who shoots up a 3. It's off the mark. Owens with the rebound. The Rams have a 3-on-2. Page off the pass from Owens, puts it up and in. Went right over the top of Deaza. Page with 3 points. The Rams lead 7-3, 4 minutes in. Rams up by 4 on the road. Holland guarded by Grisby. Truett McConnell trying to end this 7-0 Rams run. Holland steps through. The defense goes off of a screen, gives up the roller Williams, instead goes to Hurst on the side. Worked over to Campbell. Campbell gives up the 3, instead drives to the basket and draws a foul. Page rotated over trying to play help defense. And Page is whistled for the first foul against the Rams tonight. And it sends David Campbell, the 6'3" freshman guard out of Lake Wales, Florida, to the free throw line. And 2 shots coming up for him. And he hits the first. This is a young team for Truett McConnell, but they have been quite good in the AAC this year. One of the newer teams in this league. Of course, the Rams back in the league this year after a couple of year hiatus. Here's Campbell at the line, the 64% foul shooter on the year. And he hits both shots to pull back within 2. Rams lead 7-5 with 15:30 left in the first half. Grisby, the Louisville guard. Looking back to Rams head coach Richard Morgan, giving the offensive signals. Grisby goes off the screen from Owens. Owens cuts to the basket, gets the pass, puts it on the floor, and up and in off the glass. Terrell Owens for 2. The Rams lead 9-5 with 15:07 left in the first half. Terrell Owens, what a spark plug he has been for the Rams over the second semester. Bounce pass into the corner for Truett McConnell. A drive to the basket. Campbell puts up a shot, and he's called for an offensive foul. Alonzo Howard sets up to take the charge. got right outside the halo next to the basket, planted both feet and set up. That's a hustle play for the Rams. It turns into a new possession and takes one away from Truett McConnell. 14:50 left. Rams ahead 9-5 in the first half. Grisby on the left wing, cutting down on the baseline. Owens is called for an offensive foul away from the basket. Excuse me, they're going to call it way over on the other side against Mike Collins. Collins is called for the foul. That's his first, second against the Rams. He was all the way outside the three-point arc. The ball was down on the baseline, but Truett McConnell gets it back. Back-to-back offensive fouls, one for each team. Holland nearly trapped at half court. Collins tips the pass. It ends up back in the hands of Campbell. Scramble mode for Truett McConnell as the Rams have set up a trap offense running the zone. Drive to the basket, up and in with the layup. It drops in for Rudy Diaza. His first basket, and the Rams have the lead cut to 2. Pump fake from the three-point line. He blew right by the defender, and he went to lay it up and in. Rams have changed up the defense on the other end, now running the zone, trying to set up the trap, extending it all the way to half court. But now the Rams on offense. As the clock touches 15 minutes, Grisby kicks out to Collins. Collins from the top of the circle for 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound snatched up by Darius McNear. The sophomore out of College Park, Georgia, has checked in for the first time. Ball goes to the corner. Bounce pass, back over, kicked back out. Rudy Diaza pulls up for a 3 from the corner. Long rebound as it's off the mark. It's grabbed by Owens. Owens off on the break by himself. Lays it up and in transition. Took him about 3 steps to cover 3/4 of the court. Terrell Owens gets 2 more. He's got 6. And the Rams lead 11-7. 13:20 left in the first half. Diaza trapped. Gives it up to Xavier Holland in the left corner. Holland goes off of a screen from McNear. Spins down the lane, and he's fouled on the way up. Fouls against Alonzo Howard. That's the first for Howard. Third team foul against the Rams, and shots coming up for Xavier Holland. Holland out of Richmond, a Virginia native, played at Fork Union Military Academy, one of the best prep schools you'll find in the country, and he misses the first foul shot. A couple of subs coming in for Truett. Trey Jackson checks into the game, as does Andretti Lloyd, the second leading scorer for the Bears this year. He comes off of the bench more lately. He averages 11 points a game. Alonzo Howard comes out. Ederson Exume is in for him. Exume, the senior, 6'7" out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. Second foul shot, bounces around, no good. 0 for 2 from the line, and Exume immediately grabs his first board coming off the bench. Rams have it, going from left to right, 13 minutes to play in the first half. Grisby backing up to half court, waiting to set up the offensive call from Richard Morgan. Zeke Williams has come in, drives down the left side of the lane, kicks it back out to Grisby. Grisby goes off a screen, looks to Exume instead, kicks it over to the left side for McLean. McLean fires up a 3, and he drops it. Joseph McLean for 3. He just came into the game, immediately getting active. The junior out of Philadelphia puts the Rams ahead 14-7. Some wholesale changes to tell you about for the Rams. 4 new players came in during that last dead ball. McLean is into the game, as is Zeke Williams. A foul whistled against the Rams as McLean reached in against Lloyd. So Williams, one of the leading scorers for Bluefield this year. He's an Atlanta native, playing pretty close to home, a Tucker High School product. The 6'4" junior guard for the Rams is the second leading scorer for Bluefield this year at 12 points a game. Hasn't been starting since early in the season. Inbound pass taken away by Grisby. Bluefield's off on the break. Grisby to Exume, lays it up with the right hand for 2. Rams lead 16-7 with 12:20 left. McLean nearly had another steal for the Rams and almost took it out of the hands of Trey Jackson. Instead, it goes back up to half court to reset with Holland. Holland finds Jackson on the left wing. Now over to Andretti Lloyd. Back to Jackson. The Rams have a zone defense on the floor, looking for the traps. Williams, Lloyd drives in against him, passes it down low, and the layup is up and in. Cutting to the basket, Darius McNear got it to drop off the glass, and it's 16-9 with 11:45 on the first half clock. McNear, his first basket. Grisby kicks over to McLean. McLean drives the right side of the lane, has a hole, puts up the layup, no good. The rebound is grabbed back by Owens. A second chance for the Rams. Tipped back out to Williams to set the offense back up with the fresh shot clock. McLean goes off the screen from Exume. No roll. Exume holds at the elbow. Instead, it goes back up top to reset with Grisby. Grisby double team finds Exume at the left elbow. Exume spins down the lane. His hook shot is an air ball. Grabbed out of the air by Lloyd. And the Bears are off on the break. Jackson left alone for three. Fires it up. Hits the back of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound grabbed at the three-point line by Holland. Passes to Jackson. Jackson down to the block. Puts up a shot. Has it deflected by Exume. And the rebound grabbed by McLean and the Rams. McLean in transition for Bluefield. Kicks back out. Kyle Grisby pulls up for a three. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound falls on the floor. And it ends up in the hands of McNear. Rams got to get back defensively. McNear at the other end spinning back to the lane and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Rams, tipped away by Exume. And now with the dead ball, Exume comes back out of the game. He's replaced by Alonzo Howard. Inbound pass comes into Lloyd. Guarded by Zeke Williams. Aaron Williams, the other Williams on this Rams team, did not make the trip today, by the way. Inactive with a leg injury. Back up to the top of the key for Lloyd. Left alone for three. Puts it up and he knocks it down. In the hand of Williams, who was late getting over. It's 16-12, 10-15 until the break. Williams pulls up from 19 feet out. His jump shot is off the mark, and there's a wasted empty possession for the Rams. Lloyd with the rebound. Bounces back over to Holland. Holland to Jackson down to the baseline. The shot is up, and it rolls in. Newly checked in Jaquavion Williams, who comes back into the game. He gets his first basket, and Truett has closed it back within two. It's 16-14 with 9:45 until the break. Page will check in at the next dead ball. Williams drives the baseline. He's trapped, kicks back over, and throws it away. Looking for Alonzo Howard at the elbow. Threw it back over to the scores table. Well, 9:35 showing on the first half clock. Bluefield hanging on now to a 2-point lead over Truett. Rams fell behind early, jumped back in front. Bluefield was leading 14-7 at one point. It's now been cut to 16-14. A 7-2 run for Truett to close it back to a 2-point game with 9.5 minutes until the break. Rudy Diaz is back in. He bounces over to Lloyd. Lloyd forgoes the screen, goes down the left side of the lane, has a shot swatted away by Zeke Williams. Rams off on the break. On the counter, Page from the wing for three. Off the back of the rim, couldn't drop it in. Rebound to Williams for Truett. Lloyd in transition for the Bears. Throws up a shot and a foul is called as it clanked off the side of the rim. Fouls whistled against Zeke Williams and 2 shots coming up for Lloyd. It's the first foul against Williams. 15 foul against the Rams, and Lloyd can tie the game if he hits both free throws. 72% shooter from the line this year. First shot for Lloyd. Rolls out, no good. Andretti Lloyd, the junior, a 6'4" guard out of Macon. A little bit further south in Georgia, Covenant Academy. His second foul shot. This one rolls through the front of the rim and drops. It's a 1-point game, 16-15 with 9:05 left to play in the first half. On the floor for the Rams, Grisby running the point. Zeke Williams at the 2, Devin Page at the 3, Joseph McLean and Alonzo Howard to round out the 5 players on the floor right now for the Rams. Williams bounces over to Grisby. Grisby on the right corner, instead goes back up top for Williams, and Williams trying to get it inside to Howard, has it stolen away by Diaza. Off on the break go the Bears. 3-point shot put up in the corner from Diaza. It's off the mark. And then as the rebound was tipping in the air, a foul is whistled against the Rams. Officials are conferring. 2 shots coming up. They say that it was in the act of shooting. The foul is called against Alonzo Howard. Howard picks up his first. It's the 16th foul for the Rams, and Jaquavion Williams will head to the line for 2 shots. Williams is the leading scorer this year for Truett. He's got 2 points tonight, puts up the first foul shot, rattles it in for his 3rd point. And that ties the game at 16. He's a 63% free throw shooter this year, averages a little over 15 points a game and about 12 rebounds per game. Terrell Owens back into the game for Alonzo Howard. Truett on the floor right now with Lloyd, DeAza, Campbell Williams, and McNear. Second foul shot for Jaquavion Williams is good, and Truett McConnell has its first lead since it was 3-2. It's 17-16, 8:35 left in the first half. The Rams have gone cold. It's a 10-2 run for Truett. Up top to Devin Page. Bluefield with the ball, down by 1 midway through the first half. Owen steps back for a 10-foot jumper off the mark. Rebound out of bounds, and it stays with the Rams. Went off, they say, I believe, last touched by J.R. Hurst of Truett. Inbound pass up top to McLean, finds Collins, popping out off the screen. Collins' three-point shot is off the mark, but he's fouled. Campbell fouled the three-point shooter, and Mike Collins will head to the line to take 3 shots. The play designed off the inbound had Collins rolling around from the right corner off of a screen, left him open for a catch-and-shoot 3. The foul's called against Campbell. It's his first. 3 shots coming up for Mike Collins. And a lane violation was just called against the Rams, so wipe out one of the shots for Collins. Someone, I believe, stepped in the line. The official signaling the violation. Collins puts up the first foul shot, and he makes it to tie it back up at 17-17. And it might have been against Terrell Owens, because Owens is right now over at the bench talking with Richard Morgan and getting an absolute earful. Collins' second foul shot rolls out no good. Rebound falls down for Truett McConnell into the hands of the Bears. David Campbell came flying in and took a big spill, but he's back up all right. Hit the hardwood pretty hard underneath the basket. The guard, Xavier Holland for Truett. Bluefield back in a man-to-man defense. Campbell, guarded by McLean, nearly lost it, and then he turns it over. Call a carry. The official right next to him said he got the hand under the ball, so another turnover for the Bears. Pretty clean game so far for both teams. Each team has turned it over just 3 times in the first 12 minutes. And a timeout called by the Rams as Kyle Grisby got it in the front court. Into the back court, across half court. Richard Morgan calls for a 30-second timeout. Bluefield and Truett McConnell tied 17-17 with 4:38 left to play in the first half. Terrell Owens already with 6 points and 5 rebounds for the Rams, who have shot 7 of 21 from the floor, 33%. Truett McConnell shooting 5 of 16, 32% here in the early going. Neither team doing very well from three-point range. The Rams 1 of 6, 17%. Truett McConnell's 2 for 6, 25%. And right on par with average for the year for the Rams from the free throw line. 2 out of 4, 50% from the stripe in the early going. Out rebounding Truett so far, 14-12. A lot of other games going on in the AAC. We'll try to keep you up to date with everything else going on across the league. Union hosting St. Andrews tonight. That's one game that the Rams are watching. Reinhardt and Milligan face each other this evening. And this one, maybe the biggest game of the night in the league, the Rams and Truett McConnell. Truett McConnell up in the top 3 in the league, but Bluefield, with that win on Saturday against Reinhardt, starting to close the gap, and Bluefield has a chance to catch Reinhardt before the conference tournament starts. Inbound pass comes to Grisby. Joseph McLean at the top of the circle against the man-to-man defense. Gives it to Grisby, popping out on the left side. Back up top, 10 seconds on the shot clock. McLean Off the screen from Williams. Instead goes to the left, drives to the basket, puts up a layup, no good. Went off the front of the rim. Now a 3-on-1 for the Bears back the other way. Off the miss on the counter, the pass goes underneath. The layup's up and in for Campbell. And the Bears go back on top, 19-17, 7 minutes until the break. Grisby goes over to Page. Page around the top of the circle to the right to Collins. Page gets it back, steps inside the three-point line, puts up a jump shot off the mark, and there's a very poor possession for the Rams. The shot missed, and now Truett McConnell, another chance to stretch the lead. Diazza double team, gives it up to Xavier Holland, guarded by Grisby all the way back at half court on the TM logo at midcourt. Gives it over to Diazza. Around to Jaquavian Williams on the right wing, cutting to the basket. Hollins gets the pass, tipped it out, trying to get it to Campbell. Mike Collins tips the pass away and steals it. Turnover forced by the Rams. Grisby pushes it across half court, backs up and waits, kicks over to the left wing for Page. Page resets at half court, gives it back to Kyle Grisby. Back around to Page, Mike Collins on the left wing, immediately fires it back over. It ends up with Page. Down to the block, Terrell Owens spinning around, puts up a shot, hit the side of the rim, no good. Rebound taken away by Diazza. Another empty possession for the Rams. Diazza steps back, guarded by McLean. Resets outside the circle. 5:50 until halftime. Rams trail Truett by 2. Cutting to the basket, Campbell puts up the shot and the foul. Got it to roll in, and he'll head to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Foul called against Collins. Made basket makes it 21-17. And Diazza has 4 points. Trying to make it 5. Lead would also be 5 if he makes this foul shot. And he does. 22-17, largest lead so far for Truett McConnell. Some more changes. Xavier Holland back onto the floor, as is David Campbell after a short rest. Also back in the game, Darius McNear for Truett. Down to the block. Owens double team, kicks out for a three-point try, off the mark for Bluefield as it was fired up by McLean. Truett gets the rebound, and back come the Bears from right to left. Diazza over to the corner, driving to the basket goes Jord. He puts up a shot and he's fouled. Shot was no good. The foul was called against McLean. Rodney Casey, by the way, is coming to the game for the Rams, number 32, the senior for the Rams. First foul shot is off the mark. And Bluefield played Truett at home earlier this year and lost to the Bears. As Exume checks back in, also checking in for the Rams, Derek Lee makes his first appearance, the freshman out of Bristol. Well, the Rams lost 69-63 at home to this Truett McConnell team in a game that the Rams led most of the way. Second foul shot drops in. It's 23-17, 5:16 until halftime. Truett McConnell had 5 players score in double figures in that game. Rams were led by Grisby and Howard, 15 and 11 respectively. Lee goes over to Grisby. Lee running the point, Grisby at the 2. Collins, I guess, at the 2B on the left wing, gets the pass and backs back up. 15 on the shot clock, goes over to Grisby on the right side, dribbles into the corner, has nothing there, goes back to Lee. Around to Collins. Collins pulls up from 25 feet and he knocks down the 3. Mike Collins from deep brings it back to a 3-point game. Showing off the range, Collins now with 4 points and a timeout called by Truett McConnell. 4:36 left to play in the first half. Bluefield trailing 23-20 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield trailing by 3 here at Truett McConnell with 4:36 left in the first half. It is 23-20. The Bears at home, the number 3 team in the AAC, on top nearing halftime. Truett McConnell basketball out of the timeout. Goes across to the Richmond native Xavier Holland. Man-to-man, Derek Lee, the freshman, right on the junior. Bounce pass, cutting to the basket, goes Deaza, puts up a shot, hits the floor, it's off the mark. Offensive rebound, and the putback goes in for McNear. McNear in the right place at the right time, with the ball fall in his hands, and he just tipped it right back up and in. 25-20 with 4:11 left in the first half. Truett McConnell back ahead by 5. Rodney Casey goes around to Collins. Collins finds Lee. Lee fires up a 3, too short off the front of the rim, and the rebound grabbed by McNear. Another bad empty possession for the Rams. Throwing down to the baseline. Ball ends up in the hands of Williams. Williams off balance, throws a shot up off the rim, no good, and the rebound grabbed by Exume for the Rams. Grisby walking up court, dribbles right into a double team, and a jump ball is called as the ball fell on the floor, and he was tied up with Jaquavian Williams. Possession arrow keeps it with Bluefield. Mike Collins inbounds on the far side from the sideline. An old gym here at Truett McConnell, wooden seats, circular shape to this place. It's an interesting design for this venue. Painted in navy blue and gold for Truett McConnell. Grisby off the inbound pass, throws up a 3, and he knocks it down. Kyle Grisby from deep. 25-23, Rams back within 2 with 3:22 until the break. First basket of the game for Kyle Grisby. Lloyd back in for Truett McConnell, gives it up into the corner for Deaza, trying to answer. His 3 is off the mark. Grisby with the rebound. Rams have numbers. Grisby drives down court, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound taken by Casey. His follow is no good. And on 2 tries, the Rams get nothing. Back the other way goes Truett McConnell. Holland slows down and backs up outside the 3-point line. Pass nearly thrown away. Lloyd had to tip it back down. Lloyd guarded by Collins. Goes off the screen to the right. Works down to Williams in the post. And Williams knocked down Casey. Casey looked like he's set up for a perfect charge. No whistle. The layup drops in, and it's 27-23. Textbook charge try from Rodney Casey. Didn't get the whistle. It's a 4-point lead for Truett McConnell, 2 more points for Williams. He now has 8. That leads all scorers. Back up to half court, the freshman Lee running the point for Bluefield. Works over to Grisby, popping out is Rodney Casey, fires over quickly to Lee. Lee's got nothing, goes over to Collins, popping out the top of the circle. Chest pass over to Derek Lee. Shot clock is down to 2, kicked over to Exume. Jump shot from right past the elbow is off the mark. And the rebound to Truett McConnell. 2 minutes until halftime. Bounce pass over to Williams on the left side block. Kicks it over for a short jumper. Knocked down by Darius McNear. 29-23. Truett leads by 6 with 1:50 until the break. Fantastic passing from the Bears in this game. And a timeout called by Morgan and the Rams. 1:44 left in the game. Bluefield trailing, rather left in the first half. Bluefield trailing 29-23 to Truett McConnell. Rams 3 of 10 from outside so far, 9 of 31 from the floor. Terrell Owens still leading the way with those 6 early points for Bluefield. 4 points in the game for Mike Collins, including 1 3 that he knocked down. 3 points each for Grisby, McLean, and Page. And 2 points for Ederson Exume. The only player that has made more than 1 shot from the floor so far is Terrell Owens. He's 3 of 6 from the floor. Everyone else has either made none or has made 1. Foul shooting, about the same, still 2 of 4. Rams haven't been back to the line lately. Truett McConnell shooting 10 of 24 from the floor. Haven't gotten up nearly as many shots, but they've shot more efficiently. The Rams do have 7 offensive rebounds in the first half, but have not been able to turn them into many second chance points. Only 3 second chance points so far, just not shooting well from the floor. Back out of the timeout, 97 seconds until halftime. Zeke Williams is back in for Bluefield, along with Collins, Lee, Owens, and Exume. Williams, top of the circle, 10 on the shot clock, spins down the lane, puts up a shot, and he's fouled. Nice moves but Williams couldn't get the shot away. The foul's called against Xavier Holland. It's the first on Holland, just the fourth against the Bears in the first half, and Zeke Williams goes to the line to shoot two. First shot rolls off the back of the rim and drops through. Williams shoots 71% from the stripe this year. Averages 12 points a game. He's been quiet so far in this one. His second foul shot rims out, no good. Williams 1 of 2 from the stripe on that trip. He's got 1 point. That's his first basket of the game. Rams down by 5, 29-24, minute and 12 seconds until halftime. Xavier Holland for Truett McConnell, guarded by Lee, works it over to Lloyd. Lloyd on the left wing. The Rams have dropped back into another 2-3 zone. Going down into the block. McNear spins back and lays it in off the glass. Went right around the defender, Exume, and it's 31-24, Truett McConnell. Bluefield with 50 seconds left in the half. Lee running the offense. Gets it over to Collins. Williams pops out and gets the pass. High post, Exume kicks back out. Collins fires up a three, rolls off, no good. And another empty possession with little ball movement from the Rams. Holland goes off a screen, guarded by Lee, works it over to the corner, wide open for three. DeAza knocks it down. The lead is 10 for Truett McConnell, 34-24, the largest lead for either team with 20 seconds left. Bluefield, if it wishes, can hold for the final shot of the first half. 11 assists in the first half. What great ball movement from Truett McConnell. The Rams have just 3. Lee dribbling around, trying to run some clock, gets it over to Collins off a screen. Collins knocks down the three. Assist to Lee, and the first half clock runs out. The shot at the buzzer ended up in the seats behind the basket. And Collins hit a three, fell to the floor, took big contact, and was able to still get it to go. So Mike Collins will head to the halftime break with the Rams scoring lead, 7 points. But Bluefield is down by 7. It is 34-27. Truett leading over Bluefield at the break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes to wrap up the first half and conclude tonight's basketball action from Cleveland, Georgia. This is the Rams Digital Sports Network. just about set for the second half in Cleveland, Georgia. Bluefield trailing at the half to Truett McConnell, 34-27. And the Rams led in the first half, but Truett McConnell opened up the lead as big as 10. Bluefield with a big lead at one point, led 14-7, but a 10-2 run for Truett McConnell gave the Bears the lead. It was 17-16. Truett jumped ahead at that point. For Bluefield, the Rams were led in scoring in the first half by Mike Collins, who hit a couple of three-pointers, as well as 1 or 2 from the foul line. He had 7 points in the first half for the Rams, 6 points for Terrell Owens, and all of them coming very early. David Campbell led the way in scoring, or rather I should say Jaquavian Williams led the way in scoring with his 8 points in the first half for Truett McConnell. Williams had 7. He was the second leading scorer for the Bears, who really turned it on at the second half of the second half. Shot 46% from the floor in the first half, 12 of 26. And the Rams held to just 30%. Second half underway, Truett McConnell gets the first possession. And the opening inbound pass, an over and back call, a backcourt violation against Truett McConnell. Stepped across the line, Williams off the inbound. And the Rams forced the turnover on the start of the second half. So Kyle Grisby for Bluefield on the floor with Collins, Page, Owens, and Howard. Page drives down to the basket, puts up a shot. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound ripped away by Lloyd. Off on the break go the Bears. Deaza driving to the basket, and a foul is whistled on the floor against Mike Collins. No shot. And a baseline inbound after the first foul of the half. For Collins, that's his second on the game. Quick inbound pass is over to Deaza, and back up top to reset with Lloyd. 34-27. It's a 7-point lead for Truett, and a must-win game for the Rams heading into the last few games of conference play. This is the second to last road game for Bluefield in the regular season. Down to the baseline for Hurst, back up top with Williams. Trying to throw it inside, it's stolen by Page. Williams threw it away. Page brings it up for the Rams, goes over to Grisby. And Grisby, the senior guard out of Louisville, off a screen from Owens. Owens rolls to the basket. Grisby instead kicks over to Collins. Extra pass from the corner. Page backing down to the basket to the block. Throws up a shot off the glass, no good. And the rebound grab by Williams for Truett. Back and forth. No baskets have dropped in the second half, a minute in. Drive to the basket. Layup try is no good from Holland. Offensive rebound to Hurst, no good. His shot blocked away by Howard. Rams on the break. Grisby pulls up in transition. Fires up a three off the mark, no good. Owens over the back. A foul against the Rams off the rebound try. It was actually Alonzo Howard, and Alonzo Howard is teed up. A technical foul called. Howard had grabbed the offensive rebound. He was called for an over the back. So he'll get charged with 2 fouls here, and he may be taking a seat on the bench. Richard Morgan is a bit animated with one of the officials. He's not happy with that call. He's sticking up for his player on that one. So give Howard now 4 fouls on the game after the tech. Ederson Exume checks in. Might have been just a warning because now there's no shots here, and Truett McConnell has the inbound. But Howard goes to the bench. Exume back in, and, well, no shots for Truett. And then a double dribble called against Deaza as he was guarded by Collins. Another turnover for the Bears. 34-27, 18-25 left to play. It's been an interesting first 90 seconds for the second half. Inbound pass comes to Grisby, dribbles behind the back and walks across half court. Rams with the ball down by 7. Rob Pinkston at the scorer's table ready to check in. He didn't make an appearance in the first half. Page at the top of the circle, gets the pass, steps back. Grisby over to Collins. Collins trying to feed the post. Owens backs up to the basket, puts up a shot and draws a foul. It's going to be called against Hurst. J.R. Hurst. Contact underneath. He's gone for his first foul tonight, and the second foul against the Bears in the second half. And it will send Terrell Owens to the free throw line for 2 shots. Owens had 6 points in the first half, very early, shooting 64% from the line, making his 7th appearance for the Rams this year. He bounces in the first shot. Pinkston checks in for Page. So Rob Pinkston into the game for the first time. Owens at the line. This is his 7th game as a member of the Rams, his first career start for the sophomore out of Portsmouth, Virginia. And he hits both foul shots. Rams back within 5, 35-29 with 18 minutes left. Picking up full court pressure off of the made free throw. Trying to double team, can't get it set up. It's broken. Hurst gets it across half court, and now Truett has numbers. Wait, back instead to DeAza. DeAza tosses up a shot off the mark, and the rebound's taken away by Owens. Owens brings it up across half court. Left hand off the glass, too strong. Ball's on the floor. Hurst gets the rebound, nearly walked, throws it back up to Holland. And now a 3-on-1. Collins all by himself. Williams off the pass from Holland. Lays it up and in for 2. And a timeout called off the make by Truett. It was a sloppy back and forth. It worked down for 2 points for the Bears. 36-29. Bluefield trailing Truett McConnell with 17:37 left to play on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Back on the floor coming out of the timeout, Bluefield is trailing 36-29. Terrell Owens having a word with one of the officials off on the sideline before the ball came in. Owens has also now ditched the headband. Weird seeing him on the floor without one. He gets the pass at the top of the circle, works over to Grisby, backing down Exume, kicks out, Pinkston puts up a 3, knocks it down. Rob Pinkston right off the bench for 3 points. Rams back within 4, 36-32 with 17:15 left. What a big shot from Rob Pinkston. First time he's touched the ball today. The junior out of Colonial Heights, Virginia. Junior college transfer playing in his first year with the Rams. Holland, man-to-man defense, guarded by Grisby, goes over to DeAza. Williams gets it on the right wing, hands off to Holland. Grisby picks him up, now back down to the block. Williams spinning to the basket, double teamed, but he spins right around Owens and puts it up for 2. Quavion Williams has 12 points, closing in on his average of 15 a game, which leads Truett McConnell this year. As the Bears team that averages 71 points a game gives up 71 points a game. The Rams right around the same, 75 points per game this year. Defensively give up 74, the mark of a 500 team. Under the basket, Owens spinning back, puts it up, and he's fouled. Grisby, a nice pass to feed Owens, cutting down the baseline. He was at the block, kind of off balance, blindly tossed it up, and he drew contact. And the foul called against Williams. 2 shots on the way again for Terrell Owens. Owens puts up the foul shot and hits the first. Williams having some words with his coach, trying to figure out what they're going to do coming off of this next foul shot. Owens having quite a game. That's his 8th point. Puts up the foul shot. There's his 9th. Rams back within 4, 38-34 on the road at Truett. Full court, they pick up the Bears on the inbound pass. DeAza breaks through the trap and now has numbers. DeAza takes it himself and he's fouled on the way up to the basket. Drove all the way down. And now he's down in a heap after the play. Took a spill. The foul, I believe, called against Collins. It is against Collins. 3rd of the game against Mike. And by the way, confirming Alonzo Howard does have 4 fouls now, so they did charge him with the tech, but no shots on that technical foul for Truett McConnell earlier in this half. Taking a moment to wipe up the floor, and it looks like DeAza will come out of the game at least for a moment and get some attention from a trainer. As Brandon Sarazola checks in for the first time, the sophomore out of Peachtree City, Georgia, the Arlington Christian School product. Pass goes into the block, driving down the baseline. Lloyd to the basket, fires it up off the bottom of the rim, and then a foul comes in late. It's against Exume, so he caught a piece of the side of the head of Lloyd, and Andretti Lloyd goes to the line for 2 shots. 73% from the line this year is Lloyd. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. Eyes up the first foul shot. Spins the ball in his hands, puts it up, and it's no good. Hit the back of the rim. 38-34, Bluefield trailing with 16-13 left in the second half. That foul on Exume is his first tonight. Now the second shot for Lloyd. Hit that one. Leads back to 5 for the Bears. Darius McNear, the 6'7" College Park, Georgia native, back into the game for Truett. The tallest player on the roster for the Bears. Not a very big team. 16 minutes left. Rams down by 5. Pinkston nearly threw it away. Owens a nice job to corral it back in. Gives it back to Pinkston, who hands off to the bit better ball handler in Kyle Grisby. A couple of three-point specialists on the floor with Collins and Pinkston. Collins up top to Exume. Motion offense for the Rams. Dished over to Grisby. Grisby dribbles left, goes right, finds Collins, pulls up for 3. Collins off the mark, a bit short. Shot clock didn't reset off the make. The buzzer went off, but they're still playing. Owens puts it back up, can't get it to go. It ends up in the hands safely of Holland, who fought off Kyle Grisby. And then Grisby takes it right out of his hands, ends up with Pinkston. Numbers for the Rams. Pinkston pass a bit behind Exume. Exume puts it up off the glass. No good, and a point-blank look goes to waste. Zarazola gets the rebound, and it stays a 5-point deficit. Chance to exhale for Truett McConnell. Lloyd over to Williams. Williams backing down on the block against Owens, and then Owens is called for a foul. He had his elbow on the back of Williams. Owens picks up his second foul. That is already the 6th foul against the Rams in this half, so Truett McConnell will shoot the rest of the way. Still 15:04 left on a team that shoots 72% from the line on the year overall. Offensive foul call after the inbound pass. Coming down the baseline, Owens set up to take the charge as Darius McNear came charging in. That's the second foul against McNear in the game. Exume comes back out. Alonzo Howard with the 4 fouls back on the floor for the Rams. Second straight road game that one of the Bluefield players have been picked up with a technical foul. Owens had one at Tennessee Wesleyan last Wednesday night. After pleading his case, it was a very short decision from the official to give him the technical. Grisby off the inbound, drives down to the basket, puts up a layup, no good. Trying to follow Owens, can't quite get it to drop in. Lloyd comes away with the rebound, off on the break. Truett underneath, up and in with the layup for Williams plus the foul. Pinkston is charged with the foul. And Williams will head to the line to try to finish the three-point play. Now the scores table is saying that foul is number 5. They're having to go back and correct it. Now they say it would have been 5 if it was on Howard. The scores table charged it to Howard. Now they're correcting it. It is against Harold Owens, so Owens picks up number 3. First they said it was Pinkston. Then they said the scores table thought it was Howard. It ends up ultimately going against Owens to try to finish off the three-point play. Williams foul shot, it's up and it's good. 42-34. Truett stretching out the lead with 14:35 left to play. Rams have trailed by as much as 10 and brought it back in the second half to as close as 4. Owens from 20 feet out puts up a jump shot just inside the three-point line. It's off the mark, and the rebound to Lloyd. Lloyd tried to get cute with his dribbles, and he almost threw it away. Had to pick it up and was looking to get it over to another guard on the floor, and then his pass was tipped out of bounds by Kyle Grisby. Owens goes to the bench. Devin Page comes back in for the Rams. Heading to the bench, Darius McNear for Truett is replaced by J.R. Hurst. 14:20 left, Rams down by 8, 42-34 here at Truett. Worked around, ends up with Hurst on the left wing. Williams gets it back at the top of the arc. Hands off to Alex Holm. Goes back around, ends up with Sarazola. Backing up is Holm. Now goes down for Sarazola at the elbow. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Holm's got to do something. Driving in against Grisby, spins, throws up a shot off the mark, and there for the follow is Williams. Offensive rebound and the putback for Jaquavion Williams. It's back to a 10-point lead. No box out. Went right around Alonzo Howard. Williams is taking this game over now. He has 17 points. Pinkston pulls up for three. Hit it. There's a crowd silencer for the Rams. Pinkston off the assist from Collins, left alone at the top of the circle. He's got 6. And it's back to a 7-point game. And a whistle from the officials. A foul called away from the ball against Mike Collins. And for Collins, that's his 3rd. Joseph McLean comes back in for him. Said he reached in contact away from the ball. And that will send Andretti Lloyd to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 8th team foul against the Rams in the second half. Foul shot is up, and it's good. Front into the 1-and-1 drops through to make it 45-37. Lloyd with 6 points coming off the bench. And he will come out if he makes this foul shot. It looks like David Campbell set to check in for the shooter. Exume coming back in for the Rams, the next dead ball. Second foul shot is off the mark, no good. McLean with the rebound. Grisby fires in transition over to Pinkston, who puts up a 3, rolls halfway down and comes back out. Howard, the offensive rebound, no good. And thought he had a second chance at it. It was tipped out of bounds. And they say it went off of Howard. Howard thought it was tipped out by one of the Truett players. Alonzo goes to the bench, checking back in for the Rams, Exume. Some subs coming in for Truett as well as David Campbell checks back in. Campbell running the point. Rams set up in the full court off the out-of-bounds call. Hurst fires up court, gets it across to Holland, and now over to McNear. McNear backing down the sideline. Swing pass all the way over to Campbell on the opposite side of the court. Pinkston dropped down in the defensive stance guarding him, and Truett can finally set up the offense with 15 on the shot clock. Driving to the basket. Campbell throws up a wild shot off the mark, no good. Rebound to McLean. Rams with numbers. Pinkston drives to the basket, is pushed, throws up a wild shot off the side of the backboard, no good, but Pinkston will go to the line for 2 shots. Foul shots coming up for Pinkston. Rob Pinkston's supposed to be shooting specialist. He hasn't had a lot of chances from the free throw line this year, just 4 out of 9 on his foul shots. Has a chance for 2. The first one, that one's good. He has a good shot. Just hasn't been able to get to the line much. He's played pretty limited minutes this year. He's averaging under 4 points a game. De Aza checks back into the game for Sarazola. Pinkston's second free throw. Hits the front of the rim, no good. And then a foul is called against Page. They say Page chicken wing Darius McNear, so McNear will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Rams are getting whistled for an awful lot of fouls, some touch plays in the second half. For Devin, that's his 3rd foul, and McNear goes to the line. McNear has only shot 4 free throws all season. He's 2 of 4 from the line. He's got 5 points tonight, already above his average. His first foul shot is good. He has a little jump in his foul shot, kind of like Destiny Tolliver has for the women's team for Bluefield. McNear's second foul shot, and he hits both. Lead is 47-38 for Truett McConnell with 12.5 minutes left. Rams down by 9 once again, and foul trouble all across the board. McLean spins down the lane, puts up a shot, and a blocking foul is called against Truett. J.R. Hurst tried to set up to take the charge, and he's called for the foul. 2 shots on the way for McLean. Pace of this game has slowed down quite a bit nearing the midway point of the second half. Official had signaled over to the scores table that the foul should have been against McNear. Now he's waving it off and getting it right against Hurst. Had the wrong number, 24 instead of 34. McLean puts up the first foul shot, and it drops. McLean shooting 70% from the line this year. He averages 8.5 points a game. Second shot is good as well. So Joseph McLean gets his 4th and 5th points tonight. Rams back within 7. And then a foul is whistled. As they say, Devin Page reached across the baseline. That's a technical foul on Page. And for Page, that's number 4. Said he reached across the baseline and touched the basketball as Truett was taking it out. Officials conferring at the scorer's table. And now they say 2 shots coming up for Diaz after the technical. And Diaza, the first shot, misses it off the front of the rim. It's a huge chance for Truett McConnell to put some separation even further into this game. If Diaza can capitalize, Bears will get the ball back after the foul shots. Second shot, off the mark. Diaza 0 for 2 from the line. He is an 85% free throw shooter this year, and he just went 0 for 2. Truett's had some trouble from the stripe tonight. Now just 12 out of 20. But after the 2 misses, no harm done except for the fact that it was a 4th foul against Devin Page. And the 2nd technical against the Rams tonight. But Truett will try again. Hurst taking it out, guarded by Exume, trying to throw it up court. Lloyd gets behind the defense and throws it down. Lloyd with the dunk. It's 49-40. Rams back down by 9. Pinkston hands off to McLean. The crowd is awake here at Truett. Pinkston steps back, fires up a 3, and it's an air ball out of bounds. Not even close. Didn't hit the bottom of the net. Back over to Truett. A made basket on this possession will give Truett McConnell its largest lead tonight. Rams still with the full court pressure. This game falling apart on Bluefield. McNear and a whistle. A double dribble. McNear picked it up and put it back on the floor. A turnover for the Bears. Of course, it has to be called. These officials tonight would not dare miss an opportunity to blow the whistle. Inbound pass, and hey, there's another one. Officials will back up and reset it. They're trying to set the shot clock back to 35 seconds. It's currently showing 34 seconds. 11:59 left to play. And it's reset. We're good to go. In it goes to Grisby. Hand off to Pinkston. Pinkston kicks out for McLean. McLean from the top of the circle for 3. Off the rim, no good. Hurst the rebound. Rams are cold from the floor tonight, shooting just 25%, and it's getting worse. Only down by 9 right now. It can turn around at any point. Holland dribbles through the double team, goes over to Hurst. Hurst puts up the floater, rolls around, no good. Rebound grabbed by McLean. And the Rams trying to keep it a little bit close. Grisby in transition, slows down and gives off to Pinkston. Back to Grisby, reset at the top of the arc. And then a whistle underneath. And a foul is called off the ball. And it's against McNear. McNear fighting for position down low with Howard. I believe it was Howard that he was tangled up with. Oh, excuse me, it was on the play Ederson Exume who he was tangled with. So Exume will head to the line. The Rams are now in the bonus. 1-1 coming up for Exume. His first shot, the front end drops in. Ederson's got 3 tonight. Zeke Williams checks back in for Robert Pinkston. Here's Exume trying to shoot the second one. He's a 42% shooter from the line. Now we have to wait and more subs coming in. Heading back to the bench goes McNear, checking in for him. Well, here's Exume. Rams down by 7. The second shot, it's off the mark. Rebound grabbed by Jaquavion Williams for Truett. Exume goes 1 of 2. It's 49-41, 11:05 left to play. Trey Jackson running the point for Truett. Driving to the basket goes Holland. Holland dishes off for Williams, who lays it up and in for 2. It's a 10-point lead for Truett McConnell, ties the largest of the game for the Bears. Williams driving to the basket, and he's fouled on the way in on the floor. And the foul's called against Lloyd, so Williams will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Zeke is a junior for the Rams. Out of Atlanta, Georgia, playing not too far from his hometown. 2010 graduate of Tucker High School, junior college transfer. Been a key contributor for the Rams this year, first as a starter earlier in the season, but mostly in the second half of the year. He's been coming off the bench and has done a fine job with that. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1 to bring the Rams back within single digits. Zeke shoots 72% from the line on the year. That's one of the better shooters on this team. Second shot, off the mark, well short, barely grazed the front of the rim. And the rebound grabbed by Jackson for Truett McConnell. Bluefield sets up the full court pressure. Holland has it taken away by Williams. Ball's bounced around. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Rams. Went right into the Bluefield bench. Hot potato back and forth between Williams and Exume. Neither could bring it in. Holland got lucky because he thought he had a turnover. It would have been a big one for Bluefield. They say that the Rams had the possession, so they did reset the shot clock. It counts as a turnover. Pressure broken across half court. Jackson up under the basket has a shot blocked out of bounds by Exume. Exume rotated over and threw that shot from Jackson way off the court. Set back up with 28 on the shot clock, 10:30 on the game clock. Rams trailing by 9 to Truett McConnell. Inbound goes to Williams and then back up to half court, Xavier Holland. Jackson over to Holland on the right wing. 15 on the shot clock, goes back to Jackson. Jackson driving in against McLean, lost it out of bounds, went off his own hand. Jackson pleading for a tip-off of McLean or a foul, not getting either. Pinkston comes back in, Kyle Grisby to the bench. He needs some air for a moment, probably some water. He's been on the floor for most of this game, as is usually the case. A player that you'll normally see playing about 36 minutes for the Rams. Down by 9, Bluefield with the ball, 10 minutes left. Williams goes off the double team, works down inside for Exume. Exume puts up a shot, blocked by Williams. It goes back out top to Zeke. Zeke finds Exume again, up and under, right around Williams. That's how you make up for getting blocked. 2 points for Exume, 51-44. Rams back within 7. Collins guarding Jackson. Rams in a full court man-to-man defense. Exume, after that make, by the way, now has 5 points on the night. Rams spreading out the attack. Not a single player yet into double figures in this game. Jackson with Pinkston on him. Goes back over to Campbell. Campbell dishes it over to Holland. Holland goes off a screen from Williams. 2 seconds on the shot clock. From the corner, a three-point shot is up, and it's in to beat the buzzer. (54-44), it's back to a 10-point lead. Kicked up to the top for the Rams, trying to answer. Williams left with room, kicks out to Collins. Collins for 3, hits the back of the rim, no good, and a strong rebound under the basket for Williams. Nearly thrown away, and ends up back with Holland. Holland off on the break, numbers, extra pass underneath, and a layup is up and in from Jackson. 56-44, the largest lead of the game for Truett McConnell. 12 points with 8:44 left to play, and a timeout called by Richard Morgan and the Rams. Truett McConnell stretching it out. The Rams are ice cold from the floor, and now in trouble, down by 12 with less than 9 minutes to play on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Rams with the ball out of the timeout. Truett McConnell setting up in a full court pressure, and Williams is fouled. Zeke will head to the line for a 1-and-1 as David Campbell reached in. Rams are down 56-44 with 8:41 left to play, and now a chance for Zeke to cut into the deficit with the clock stopped. Terrell Owens comes back into the game for the Rams. He replaces Ederson Exume. 1-and-1 for Zeke Williams. That's the 9th team foul against Truett McConnell. Campbell's charged with his second. Zeke's front in the 1-and-1. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Bears. Rams struggling from the free throw line again. That's been the case really this entire semester since the Christmas break. Campbell up top for the Richmond native Holland for Truett McConnell. Worked around to Jackson. Jackson pulls up, tries to throw to the baseline, and it's taken away. Stolen by the Rams. McLean had the steal off in the break. Pinkston throws up the shot at the basket, and he's fouled. Shot was no good, hit the front of the rim and rolled off. Pinkston will go back to the free throw line. Rams shooting 11 of 18 from the stripe tonight. 61%. That's actually an improvement over how they have shot from the line of late. Pinkston's 1 for 2 from the stripe. His first shot is up and it's in. Pinkston's 2 for 3 now from the line. Having a productive game off the bench. He's played pretty limited minutes tonight, but he has 8 points. And now he has 9 as he makes both. Rams back within 10, 56-46, right where Bluefield started off the early part of this half, having to climb back from a 10-point deficit. Inbound pass comes to Holland, the Fork Union product, leading the break across half court for Truett. Breaks the full court pressures. The Rams couldn't get the double team set up. Now dropping back into the full court man-to-man. Campbell backs up to half court. Truett taking its time. Shot clock is down to 15. Kicked out into the corner for Holland. Holland dribbles back up to the wing and fires over to Campbell. Shot clock is down to 7. Campbell. Ball's worked down in the post for Williams. Williams throws it inside. It's taken away. Trying to find Hurst. Zeke got the steal. Now in transition, the Rams trying to throw down the alley-oop. Owens missed the dunk. Owens missed the dunk in transition. Truett now with a chance to counter at the other end. Jackson fires up a 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Bears. Campbell is called for an over the back. Another questionable call, but this one works out in the favor of the Rams. That's the 3rd foul against Campbell and the 10th foul against the Bears in the second half. So 2 shots coming up for Bluefield. McLean tried to throw up the lob to Terrell Owens on the last possession. Owens had an open look at the basket. He's got pretty good springs, just missed the dunk. And now Owens is the one heading to the line for the foul shots. Leading the Rams with 10 points tonight. He's got 7 rebounds as well, making his first start of his Bluefield career, and he misses the first foul shot. Wearing every emotion on his sleeve right now. Some of the students might be getting to him a bit down on that basket on the left side of the court. They're letting him hear it for missing that dunk. Now letting him hear it for missing the first foul shot. Can he hit the second? He does. 56-47. Owens now has 11 points. The sophomore from Portsmouth, Virginia, heads back to the bench as he's replaced by Alonzo Howard. And in comes the ball for Truett. Press broken by Holland. Holland guarded by Williams. Backs up to the wing and waits for the offense to catch up. 7:20 left. Bluefield trailing 56-47. Holland underneath. Nice feed in for Williams, and he lays it up. Rolled it in, and the lead is back to 11 for Truett. Rams trying to answer, and Zeke Williams is called for a charge. Williams drove to the basket. Holland got in place, set up to take the charge, and now Truett McConnell will head back down court to try to extend the lead, already at 11. Zeke is charged with his second foul. Rams have just 5 turnovers in this game, believe it or not, with that one. 13 for Truett. Hard to believe that's just the 5th turnover of the game. The Rams have held on to the ball. They've just shot it so poorly. 13 of 52 from the floor are the Rams. That is 25%, giving up 48% to Truett McConnell. And that's hard to believe coming off of arguably the best defensive performance of the year for the Rams against Reinhardt. Reinhardt came in averaging 94 points a game over its last 9 games. The Rams held them to 67 for a 3-point home win. 7 minutes left to play. Bluefield down by 11. Holland gets it across the timeline. Works it over to Jaquavion Williams for Truett. Goes back to Holland. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Williams driving to the basket, and he's fouled. Threw it up as he was falling away. Collins calling for the foul, and 2 shots coming up for Williams. Collins is charged with his 3rd foul of the game. Williams is a 63% free throw shooter. He shot more foul shots than anybody else on the team this year for Truett McConnell. And he hits the first one. Lead is back to 12. That's the largest so far. Williams already has 22 points and 12 rebounds tonight. Lines up the second shot. And it's off the mark. Rolled off the front of the rim. Rebound to Howard. Rams on the floor with Grisby, Collins, Pinkston, Owens, and Howard. Howard gets it at the top of the arc, goes back to Collins, running around from left side to the right side of the arc. It ends up with Howard again in the corner, back up to Grisby. Shot clock at 18, game clock at 6:30. Grisby kicks out to Collins. Collins sets up for the 3, puts it up in the air, off the front of the rim, no good. Howard can't grab the rebound. It goes over to Lloyd. Lloyd running the point for Truett McConnell, 59-47, 6:15 left to play. Gives it off to Jaquavion Williams. Hands off to Campbell, and then a whistle for an offensive foul, a moving screen called against Williams, and that's his 4th. 4 fouls on Williams. He goes to the bench. Darius McNear comes back in. The sophomore forward for Truett. Now here the Rams down by 12, 6:10 left. Grisby up to Pinkston. Pinkston goes down to Owens on the block. Owens backs up. Pinkston from the top of the arc for 3. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Howard trying to chase down the rebound, and he tipped it out of bounds. Oh, the officials say it went off of Truett McConnell. McNear got a piece of it before it went out, so the Rams will have another chance to set up the play. Grisby down in the corner. Tosses in the inbound pass to Pinkston. Left alone, does not fire up the 3. Guarded by Lloyd. Instead kicks it over to Grisby. Grisby puts it on the floor. Holland right on him. Drives down the lane, throws up a wild shot, goes out of bounds, and then a late foul call comes in for a block. Trey Jackson charged the blocking foul. The bench for Truett irate with that call. It was a very late whistle. But it sends Kyle Grisby to the line for 2. If he can make both, the Rams will be back within 10. Grisby, the Rams' leading scorer this year. He's been held to just 3 points tonight, and he misses the foul shot. The Rams could make free throws. This will be a much closer game. In fact, the Rams have made free throws over the course of this year. Probably be up in the top 2 or 3 in the league. Second foul shot for Grisby drops in, so he goes 1 of 2 from the line, back within 11. It's 59-48 with 5:35 left. Lloyd running the point, hands off to Xavier Holland, guarded by Pinkston. Man-to-man defense for the Rams with 5.5 minutes left. Down the baseline, ball's thrown out, trying to find McNear. Ends up on the floor. Shot goes up in the air. It's off the mark. Pinkston comes away with the loose ball. Rams off on the break. Pinkston kicks it over to Collins. Collins steps back for the 3, and it rolls off the rim. No good. Rebound grabbed by Jackson and Truett McConnell. Rams firing up 3s, not getting anything to drop. Holland steps back to the elbow, puts up the jump shot, and he knocks it down. 4:50 left. That makes it 61-48. 13-point lead is the largest tonight for Truett McConnell. Pinkston steps up to the defender, pulls up for the 3, and it's off the front of the rim. Owens has the offensive rebound. It's tipped out of his hands, taken away by Holland. Holland by himself slows down and lays it up and in. Collins let him go right by. And it's 63-48. Truett McConnell is stretching it out. Subs getting ready to check in for the Rams. Wholesale subs. There are 4 players heading to the table. Grisby pulls up for a 25-foot three, and he buries it. That brings it back to a 12-point game. It looks like the Rams are getting ready to empty the bench with 4 minutes left, down by 12. Grisby guarding Holland, works it over to the baseline. Jump shot is up off the mark, and the rebound goes to Grisby. Under 4 to play. Grisby pulls up for another three. High arcing three-point shot, hits off the back of the iron, no good. Holland grabs the rebound. Ball is on the floor, and a jump ball called. Oh, excuse me, did they get the timeout first? They did. Timeout was called before the jump ball was called, so Truett McConnell keeps the possession. Possession arrow would have been in favor of the Rams. 63-51, Bluefield trailing with 3:48 left to play on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ball comes in and back underway with 3:45 left to play. 63-51, Rams down by just 12. Stolen away by McLean. McLean taking it to the basket, throws it up, and it's blocked out of bounds, and then went off of McLean, says the official on the baseline. And Drenny Lloyd came in to block it out of bounds, and it goes right back to Truett McConnell. Press broken. Jackson across half court, guarded by Lee, gives it back over to the guard, Holland. Holland drives down the lane, throws up the layup, and banks it in for 2. And the lead goes back to 14 at 65-51. Lee drives down the lane, kicks it over to Asiedu. Shaquem Asiedu had just checked in. He couldn't hang on to the pass. Stolen away by Lloyd. Lloyd at the other end lays it up and in, plus the foul. Chance for a three-point play, and that one should ice it for Truett McConnell. Grisby comes in for Lee. Pinkston comes in for Zeke Williams. And to the foul line goes Lloyd, trying to give Truett an extension on its largest lead tonight. Lloyd's shot is up, and it rolls around and falls through. 68-51. Rams got to go in a hurry now, but the lead may be out of reach. Round to Casey. Casey goes over to Pinkston. McLean gives it up, or gets it from Pinkston, and he's fouled on the way to the basket. So two shots coming up for McLean. Rams came out of that timeout with one now on the floor after a couple more subs. Pinkston, Grisby, McLean, Casey, and Asiedu. First foul shot drops in for McLean. Other scores around the league at halftime: Union's leading St. Andrews 40-23. A blowout for the top team in the league, likely to continue in the second half. Reinhardt went on the road and defeated Milligan tonight. 89-81, a big win for the Eagles on the road. Shot's no good, but off the rebound, Pinkston gets the steal, takes it away from Truett, and then the shot is missed underneath. Ball is out of bounds. And last touch by the Rams, it stays with Truett. .248 left, Rams down 68-52 to Truett McConnell. Truett McConnell trying to pick up the season sweep against the Rams in a game that Bluefield really needed to try to get back to 500. Now if Bluefield's going to finish the year 500, going to have to pick up some wins on the road down the stretch. Hurst backs out. Holland dribbles through a double team, fires over to the corner. Jackson goes back to Hurst into the basket. Hurst with the finger roll for two. The lead is 18 at 70-52, and what had been a tight game most of the way through is now looking like a blowout in the final minutes. McLean throws it up off the glass, no good. Rebound comes out to Holland, and Truett McConnell can slowly bring it up across half court. Rams are shooting 23% tonight. Driving to the basket, it's kicked out. Holland comes up to the free throw line, pulls up for the jump shot, hits the front of the rim, no good. And a foul called underneath as Asiedu tried to go up for the rebound, and Jaquavion Williams hooked him. So that will send Shaquem Asiedu to the line. This is the fourth game that he has played in this year. If he can make a foul shot, he will have his first collegiate points, at least as a member of the Rams since transferring over from the junior college. By the way, that's the fifth foul against Jaquavion Williams. He fouls out with 22 points and 12 rebounds, leading the way for Truett McConnell tonight in what is showing up on the scoreboard now as a blowout. Well, here is Shaquem Asiedu, the sophomore out of Richmond, Virginia. Puts up the foul shot, and he makes the free throw. So there is the first career point for Asiedu. Exume checks in at the dead ball for Kyle Grisby, likely the end of Grisby's night. Second foul shot is up, and it's off the front of the rim, no good. So 1 point in the scoring column. Rebound to Jackson. Jackson nearly threw it away as Casey and Lee are keeping up the defensive pressure, but now Truett gets it across half court with Lloyd. Rams going to fall back further in the standings tonight, likely to fall out of reach of Reinhardt after Reinhardt picked up the win. Three ball up in the corner from Hurst is off the mark. Rebound to Pinkston, who goes off and leads the break for the Rams. Pinkston had it taken right out of his hands by Jackson. Numbers back the other way. The alley-oop try is up in the air. The pass was deflected back into the hands of Hurst, and then Hurst is fouled on the way up. Rams will drop to 10-12 and 7-9 in the AAC. Not the year expected for a team coming down from Division I to Division II in the NAI. A 500 team in the Mid-South last year, and a sub-500 team in the Appalachian Athletic Conference in 2014 and 15. First foul shot is good for, it's actually Marquise Bumpus who is going to the line, not Hurst, 32 instead of 34. As Truett continues to clear out its bench, Patrick Stanford comes into the game as well. Second foul shot for Bumpus. Hits it. 72-53. Lee across half court, goes over to Rodney Casey, down to the baseline, clock nearing 1 minute left to play. Exume spins through the defender, rolls it up and in, got it to spin off the glass and drop through for two. Rams keep up the full court man-to-man as we roll into the final minute of the game. And a substitution timeout called as Truett will get a couple more players in. Austin Nelson checks into the game. Caleb Epling comes in during the dead ball. As well as Curtis Jones. The inbound goes back across half court. Nelson will get it across. About 50 seconds left on the game clock. 25 is left on the shot clock. And it's taken away by Asiedu. Took it right out of the hands of Stanford. Asiedu takes it himself down court, lays it up and in, and there's the first field goal of the Bluefield career for Asiedu. About a 3-second difference in the shot clock and game clock as Truett gets it in with 38 seconds left. Austin Nelson spinning around the defenders, kicks it over to Stanford. Stanford pulls up from the elbow, misses the shot off the back of the rim. Rebound tipped in the air, taken away by Lee. Lee goes up across half court for the Rams. Ball is on the floor, and then a foul is called against Stanford. Stanford getting into his 12th game this year, just picked up the foul. And had an argument with the official, trying to argue that he should have been called for over and back first. First foul shot for Lee is good, and Derek Lee is into the scoring column tonight. Second shot, rattles in and goes through. So this is a huge win for Truett McConnell. It brings the Bears within striking distance of second place with a few games left. And a foul called as Stanford went up for the shot. Basket went in, and now count the basket. Asiedu's called for the foul. Well, one official saying one shot, one saying two. And again, Stanford arguing his case in a 13-point game with 15 seconds left, saying the basket should have counted. His shot on the way, and the first foul shot drops in for Stanford. Second shot hits the front of the rim, no good. 12 seconds left, Rams have it. Lee brings it up, pulls up for a three. Off the backboard, it banked in for three. So Derek Lee adds a couple more points. Truett McConnell, with 4 seconds left, will take the air out of the basketball. Dribbling in circles is Nelson. And there's the final horn. 73-62. Bluefield loses on the road to Truett McConnell tonight. And the Rams fall even further under 500. 10-12 now on the season. 7-9 in the AAC. They'll drop down even with Tennessee Wesleyan. We'll have to wait to see how Wesleyan's game goes tonight in AAC play, but the Rams may be missing a chance to get back to 500 on the year heading into the conference tournament. Bluefield on the road this year drops to 2-8 away from home. Actually, if you count neutral site games, the Rams are 2-10 in games not played at the Dome this season. Teams meet up at half court for post-game discussion. Looking at the final stats from tonight's game, Bluefield shot 26% from the floor, brought that average up a bit in the last few minutes. Shot 8 of 26 from three and 20 of 31 from the foul line. Truett McConnell shot 48% from the game, made just 4 3-pointers on 13 tries, and shot 17 of 27 from the foul line. Truett McConnell out-rebounded Bluefield 47-33 in this game, and the ball movement was superb from the Bears tonight. 22 assists, just 7 assists by the Rams. Good news is Bluefield only turned the ball over 7 times tonight, 17 turnovers for Truett McConnell. There were a lot of fouls called in the game, 43 total fouls called, plus 2 technical fouls against the Rams. One of them went against Devin Page, the other went against Alonzo Howard. Terrell Owens led the Rams in scoring with 11 points. He was the only Bluefield player in double figures tonight. 9 points on the game for Robert Pinkston coming off of the bench. 7 points each for Exume and Mike Collins, as well as Kyle Grisby. 6 points on the game for Joseph McLean. 5 for Derek Lee. Devin Page and Shaquem Asiedu each had 2 points tonight for Zeke Williams. Playing but not scoring, Rodney Casey. For Truett McConnell, 22 points for Jaquavion Williams to go along with his 12 rebounds. He was 9 of 11 from the floor in the game, also had 4 assists. Xavier Holland had 6 points and 8 assists, as well as 6 rebounds. Andretti Lloyd finished the night with 11 points. Both teams spread out the attack quite a bit. 73-62 the final score. Only 3 total players scored in double figures in tonight's game. For the year, Truett McConnell improves its record to 10-5 in the AAC, 15-10 overall, and at home now 9-4 on the season. The Rams dropped to 7-9, 10-12 overall. Yeah, now 2-8 in away games, 2-10 in all games away from the Dome. Union will likely stretch out its lead tonight. They may lock up the top seed in the AAC, so we'll have to look out for that. The Rams will see Union, the number 20 team in the country, on Saturday. Catch that game on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield on the road at Union Saturday. But for tonight's game, that will wrap up tonight's coverage. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Trey Wilson. This has been Bluefield Rams basketball. Bluefield falls 73-62 to Truett McConnell on the road. This has been the Rams Digital Sports Network.